From the following trial balance of John and Sons, you are required to prepare trading account, profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 19, and a balance sheet as on that date. So the trial balance, debit balances, remember, only two things are going to be included here. That is all of the expenses and all of your assets. Whereas on the credit balances, you will have all incomes and all liabilities. This is a hint for you so that you don't go wrong regarding debit and credit balances. And that is coming from all your golden rules of accounting only. Okay, expenses are to be debited, incomes are to be credited. Okay, then let's take each item now there. Drawings. Okay, I want you to answer. Okay, so where are you going to write drawings?
Less from capital.
Okay, so capital
Liability.
Liability. Very good. Drawings will be deducted from the liability side under capital. Very good. Continue. Cash in hand.
Asset.
Cash in bank.
Asset.
Then bills receivable.
Asset.
Wages. Where will you write?
Trading account.
Trading account.
Good. Discount.
Profit and loss.
And can you tell me which discount this is? Discount received or discount allowed?
Allowed.
Discount allowed, which means discount given to customers, which is our loss, and losses are to be debited. That's why you will see it under debit balance. Very good. Continue. Rent.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
Advertisement.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
Next, bad debts.
Profit and
Profit
loss.
and loss.
Traveling expenses.
Profit and loss.
Okay. Then purchases. Where do you write?
Trading.
Purchases is in trading account. Machinery.
Asset.
Motor car.
Asset.
Returns. Now, if I ask you which returns are these, can you tell me? We have done this multiple times now.
Sales return.
This
Sales return.
sales return, very, very good. These returns, which you see in the debit, are sales returns because returns are always on the opposite side. So tick mark sales, which is in the credit balances, these returns will be deducted from sales in trading account. Very good. Only the word returns is given, but by now you know that sales and their returns are on the opposite side, same like purchases and their returns. They will always be opposite. Good. Continue. Stock on the first date is known as opening stock. Where do you write?
Trading.
First item in trading, debit side. Then sundry debtors.
Asset.
Asset. Carriage outward.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss account. Very good. And 6% investment. Where do you write investments?
Asset.
Asset.
Asset. But remember, the moment you are given the rate of interest and the date on when those investments were purchased, you are going to calculate interest on investments, which is a self-adjustment. Okay. Last time also we had this adjustment, but it was in the liability. There was interest on loan to be calculated that time. This is the opposite, interest on investment. So we will see what is to be done. Just tick mark and keep, because there is an self-adjustment on that item. Same details were given even in that question. Okay. The moment you have rate of interest and the date, you are expected to calculate interest, whether interest we have to pay to the bank or interest we have to receive on our investments. So that we will come to when we reach that stage. Then credit balances. Tell me where are you going to write these items? Creditors.
Liability.
Liability. Again, you have just the word returns, means which type of returns?
Purchase.
Purchase return.
These are purchase returns, again from trading account. From purchases, you will deduct. So tick mark purchases, you know, you have to write in the inner column. The reason we are putting a tick mark, write inner column for the adjustments. Then dividend.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss account. Rent.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss. These both are incomes, dividend and rent incomes. What about sales?
Trading.
Sales also is an income, but goes to trading account. Then bank loan
Liability.
Liability.
and capital finally.
Liability.
First item on the liability side. Good. All answers correct. Now the adjustments, just tick mark all those items which are being affected because of these adjustments. And adjustments means two effects. Remember, in two places you have to write all of these points. So which is the first one? That is closing stock. So you know that comes in trading account as well as in the balance sheet, closing stock to be recorded. Then point number 2, as usual, depreciation on two assets, depreciation on machinery and motor car at 10% and 5% respectively. Tick mark both those assets, machinery and motor car. There is an adjustment of depreciation. Then point number 3, create RDD 5% on sundry debtors. Tick marks debtors once there is only adjustment of RDD here. Then interest on drawings at 5% per annum. This also is a new adjustment. Two new adjustments here. 6% investment there on top, and this interest on drawings at 5% per annum also we have to calculate. We will have a discussion on this point. Okay. Then point number 5, create a discount on sundry creditors. Tick mark creditors in credit balances. One adjustment, that is creditors are giving us a discount. We will record that. And advertisement is 1000 prepaid. Tick mark advertisement as well as the next item opposite of prepaid is outstanding. Outstanding rent 1500. Also tick mark rent. Okay. These many items are there. All of these we will record neatly in our final accounts. So let's begin. Now what you will do is take the first item and go in that same order. Let's finish off all debit balances first. Few things we need to write on top. So just see for whom you are preparing. Trial balance of John and Sons. So on top you are going to write in the books of John and Sons. Then also write for which year you are preparing. Trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. The date is given there. And the balance sheet also on the same date. So come to the balance sheet and write balance sheet as on 31st March 2019. Okay, let's begin now. Debit balances, the first item is drawings, which is 12,000, deduct from capital. In the balance sheet under capital, write down less drawings. Capital and drawings are opposite of each other. Money coming into the business called capital, taking out of the business is drawings. Inner column, write down 12,000. Then you have two assets, cash in hand and cash at bank. Asset side. Cash in hand is 8,000. And then the next, cash at bank, 20,000. One more asset, bills receivable. Amount is 15,000. Then continue. Next is wages, which is to be written in trading account. So come to your trading account. Remember, below purchases and below sales, we need to leave a line for the returns. Then on the debit side, you write to wages. Amount is 1,800. Next, discount. Where is discount allowed? It is a loss for us. Debit, profit and loss account. To discount. Amount is 700. Then the next few items are all expenses. So let's record one by one. Next is rent. To rent, but there is an adjustment. So right in the inner column, you have put a tick mark on rent. Leave one line below that. Next, even advertisement has an adjustment. Inner column to advertisement. Amount is 3,000. Next, bad debts. Now, bad debts are ready when there are new and old. All four put together, you have to write in a particular way, all combined. If there is no new and old and only one of each is there, you can separately write it. First is two bad debts, separately we will write. So directly in the outer column, bad debts is 1,200. Once we have had the discussion, now it is all about copying from the textbook into your notebook, but copy correctly in the correct place. Traveling expenses 800. Expense continue to traveling expenses. $800. Purchases in trading account, we have already written the word purchases. Inner column 40,000. Then next item is machinery, which is an asset. So come to the balance sheet, asset side, write down machinery. In the inner column, there is an adjustment of depreciation. Amount 15,000. Then next is motor car, continue below that. Also an asset, again having adjustment, inner column 18,000. Then continue further. Next is returns, and these are sales returns we had discussed. Come to the trading account, below sales, write down minus returns. And that is 1,200. Next, stock on 1st April 2018, that is the first day of this year. Stock on the first date, opening stock, the first item on trading debit side, write down opening stock 10,000. Next, debtors, again an asset, balance sheet asset side. Debtors in the inner column. One adjustment is there. Amount is 35,000. Then next is carriage inward. Sorry, carriage outward, which is profit and loss account. Directly outer column, write down to carriage outward. $1,000. And then the last item on the debit balances side, 6% investments. Any type of investments, they are your asset. Come to the balance sheet asset side, write down 6% investments. Inner column, you write down 18,000. As we had discussed, there is a self-adjustment on this. See, if you see down below in the adjustment point number 1 to 7, nothing about investment is said, yet there is an adjustment to be done. That's why it is known as a self-adjustment. Okay. And what is that adjustment now? Pay attention. This is the new one. What is happened during the year is you have purchased some investments, let's say some shares or debentures or bonds. Okay. You have bought those investments, and every year you get certain interest or dividend on those investments, which is our income. But that has not been calculated. So we will calculate. How do you calculate? You have the rate. You also have the date on which those investments were purchased, which is given there in the bracket. Can you tell me what is the date on which those investments were purchased?
1st September 2018.
1st September 2018. Okay. Somewhere in the middle of the year you purchase. These accounts are being prepared as on 31st March 2019. That is the end of the financial year. So from 1st September 18 till the last date of the accounting year, 31st March 2019, count and tell me how many months is this period?
7 months.
Okay, let us see if it is really 7 months. Pay attention. This is 1st September, means the full of September has to yet get over. So September, then October, November, December, Jan, Feb, and entire March. You see 31st March, which means full of March also has to get over. Now you count and see how many months that is. That is a period of 7 months. Yes. Now, why do we need the period 7 months? That is because we need to calculate interest on these investments. How do you calculate interest? Use the simple formula, what you had studied in school, of simple interest, which is PNR upon 100. You take your investments, they are of 18,000. You are going to receive interest at 6%, but not for the full year, only for 7 months. So 7 upon 12. In a year, there are 12 months. Out of that, for 7 months only you are receiving 7 upon 12. Now simplify and find out what this interest is. This calculation I'm showing you here for convenience. You don't show it over here. Okay, do it somewhere in the rough. Yes, anybody with the answer?
630.
630. Check everyone. Do your own calculation and see, are you getting 630?
Yes, sir, it's correct.
Good. So 630 is the income that we should have received, which we have not received. But we need to record that. Something that is receivable in the future is an asset. And that 630 you are still to receive. So under investment, you write down plus interest due. Due because it has not been received yet. And I told you, asset side includes all those items for which money you are going to receive in the future. So this 630 interest, we have not received today, but somewhere in the future we are going to receive. We are recording that 630 here. So if you add up, your investment value is increasing. Why? Because you keep receiving interest also, 18,630. This is only one effect. Remember, 630 was nowhere there in our accounts, but we have bought that amount into our accounts. So you cannot just bring it at one place. Any sort of adjustment that you do has to have two effects. And we have done only one effect, that is writing on the debit side, added to the debit side. In the balance sheet, we know that assets have debit balances. So asset side is the debit side. That means the next effect is supposed to be a credit. And I told you that on your investments, we receive interest. It is our income. Can you tell me where do you write interest income?
Profit and loss account.
Which side?
Credit.
Correct answer. So come to profit and loss account, credit side. The first line, of course, we leave for gross profit. Then below that you write by interest due on 6% investment. Amount of interest was 630. First item is sundry creditors there. So come to the balance sheet. Creditors is a liability. Below capital, this time you leave about 3 to 4 lines. Okay, there are some more adjustment here below capital. So leave about 4 lines. And then write creditors. And creditors has a tick mark. So write in the inner column, amount is 40,000. And leave 1 line. That arrow that I draw, okay, is an indication that you have to leave a line so that you don't write by mistake the next item on the next line. Next, returns. Okay, these are purchase returns, which means from trading account, purchases, you will be deducting this item. Returns are 4,500, write down, less returns. 4,500. Deduct 4,500 from 40,000 and can you tell me net purchases?
45,500.
45,500. That's correct. 35,500. That's right. $35,500. Then you have 2 incomes below that. Dividend and rent, which will go to profit and loss account, credit side. Right, by dividend, amount is 100, and by rent, amount is 200. Then next, sales also is an income, but in trading account credit side, first item by sales, inner column write down 53,200. And now you can deduct those returns and find out net sales. How much?
52,000.
52,000. Good. Continue. Next is bank loan, which is 5,000. Bank loan is a liability, balance sheet liability side. This time no adjustment here, so directly outer column bank loan 5,000. And then the last item, capital, which you have already written. The first item always on the liability side, capital, inner column 99,700. Now we move on to the adjustments, which means remember only one thing. Please write in 2 places, then only your solution will be correct. So the first thing is closing stock, given to you 27,000. In trading account, opening stock on the debit first item, last item credit side is going to be by closing stock. And amount of closing stock given 27,000. Where is the second effect of closing stock?
Asset.
Closing stock is an asset. So second effect, yes. Come to the asset side and write down closing stock 27,000. This is an adjustment which has been there since day 1 of preparing balance sheet and always will be the first adjustment, closing stock. Then continue. Next is depreciation Again, almost every question has adjustment of depreciation, which is reduction in the value of asset because of usage. So then reduce. They have given you the rates. On machinery, it is 10%. So below machinery, write down less depreciation at the rate of 10%. Can you calculate on 15,000 what is 10%?
1,500.
That's correct. 10% is always 10 less. From 15,000, 10 less, 1,500. Deduct and tell me in the outer column.
13,500.
1,500.
Good. 13,500. Same thing to be done with motor car. There also write down minus depreciation. %5 of 18,000. How much?
900.
Correct. How to do without the calculation? 18,000. 10% take first. That is 10 less. 1,800. But this is 5%. So take half. 900. Okay. Deduct and how much is in the outer column?
17,100.
17,100.
17,100. This is only one effect. You have reduced the value of the asset, which is a loss. And losses are recorded on profit and loss account debit side. Debit all losses. So second effect, both these depreciations, let's take it to profit and loss account debit side. Write down to depreciation. One at a time. Inner column, write down machinery. On machinery, it was 1,500. And below that, motor car. That is 900. Add up and tell me what is the total depreciation?
2,400.
2,400. Correct. Good. Then next is reserve for doubtful debts, RDD, at 5% on debtors. Very similar to depreciation. That is, again, there is a reduction in the value of asset because there is a possibility that one of your customers is not going to pay you. So then reduce. Less RDD, reserve for doubtful debts, that is 5%. So calculate 5% of 3,500.
1,750.
1,750.
Correct. 1,750 minus from 35,000 and outer column how much?
33,250.
Good. 33,250. That's correct. This is one effect. Same thing. How depreciation deduct from asset side, profit and loss debit. This also, debtors on the asset side reduced. Again, profit and loss account debit side. 2 RDD. Reserve for doubtful debts. 1,750. And have a look here. Bad debts and RDD we have recorded separately because these are individual adjustments on their own. When all four come together, that time we will write it together. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one. This is a new adjustment again. Point number 4. Interest on drawings at 5% per annum. We have seen before interest on capital. This is exactly opposite of that. Interest on drawings. Now, how do you calculate? Come to the capital. You have already written minus drawings there. Liability side, you have 12,000 drawings. Now, what is drawings? Understand the explanation of this transaction, then it becomes easier to understand. Drawings means money taken away from the business. The owner has taken away money. If he has taken away money for his own use, then he has to pay interest to the business. He cannot take it free of cost. Just like when he brings money into the business pays him, which is why interest on capital is an income. We add it. Interest and drawings for the owner is an expenditure, but for the business, is an income. Why? Because once he takes away that 12,000 home, it is not free of cost. He will keep paying the business interest till the time he returns back this 12,000. So, okay, let's calculate interest on this 12,000. And how will you calculate? You are given the rate. In point number 4, interest on drawings is 5% per annum. So have a look now. On 12,000, you are going to calculate at the rate of 5%. But this drawings was not taken for the full year. Have a look in the trial balance and tell me on what date was that drawings taken?
1st July
1st July
2018.
2018.
Correct. 1st July 2018, which means you are not calculating for the entire year. You will only calculate from 1st July 2018 till the end of the year, which is 31st March 2019. Again, I want you to calculate the number of months here.
9 months.
9 months. So full of July is going to be there. 1st July means full of July, August, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb and March. If you calculate, that is a period of 9 months. 9 months. So you will be calculating interest also for 9 months only. So into 9 upon 12. Okay, simplify and find out what is interest on drawings.
450.
450. Please check everyone. Is it 450? This calculation I'm just showing you here. You do it in the rough.
Yes, sir, it's 450.
450. Now pay attention. Now since we have calculated the amount of interest, what is the adjustment to be done? Look at the concept that we had studied earlier, that the business and the owner are two different people. So have a look on top. I'll just draw the situation. Owner and business. Two different people. What is drawings? The owner has taken money from the business. Okay. Which means he has to pay interest to the business. So for the owner, if it is paying interest, that means it is an expenditure. It is an expenditure then. So from his capital, if it is an expenditure, which means you are going to reduce his capital. His capital is going to reduce. So here you will write less interest on drawings. And write in the inner column interest on drawings, what we calculated here, 450. Again, I'm explaining. Owner has taken money from the business, which means he is expected to pay interest to the business every month or every year. So for the owner, it is an expenditure. And for the owner, if it is an expenditure, means his wealth is going to reduce. So reduce from capital minus interest on drawings. Now, logically, if for the owner it is an expenditure, for the business, they are going to receive interest from the owner. So it automatically becomes an income. And let's record the second effect, that is recording income for the business. For the owner, whatever is happening is recorded on the liability side under capital for the owner. For the business, where will you record interest income? Can you tell me?
Profit and loss credit side.
Correct. Profit and loss account credit side. Just how you recorded interest on investment, that was income. This is another income by interest on drawings. $450. For the business, interest on drawings is an income. This also the opposite thing we had done in the last problem. Interest on capital was there. That time, what was the two effects? Interest on capital, you had added under capital. Why? Because for him, it is an income. But for the business, it is an expenditure, which is why interest on capital had come on the profit and loss account debit side. So today you got to see two opposite effects, opposite adjustments of what you had studied earlier. One was interest on loan. The opposite is interest on investment. In the previous problem, there was interest on capital. Here there is interest on drawings. And again, compare and check. Exactly opposite effects and exactly opposite side of the accounts. Is interest on drawings adjustment clear? Please check. Point number 5, next one is create discount on sundry creditors at 3%. Creditors are the people who we have to pay money to. We had purchased something from them. Now it is time to pay money to them in the future somewhere. But they are giving us a discount. So the value of creditors which you see 40,000, that value is going to reduce. In future, you don't have to pay 40,000. Write down less reserve for discount. Or you can just write the word less discount. And that is being received at 3%. So calculate 3% of 40,000.
1200.
Yes, how much is that?
1,200.
1,200, that's correct. Deduct, and what is the amount in the outer column?
38,800.
The meaning of that is, in future, instead of paying 40,000, since they gave a discount, you will pay only 38,800. Now, can you tell me, receiving a discount, is it an income or an expenditure? Income. We have received discount from the creditors. Let's record that income, and that is profit and loss account, credit side. Right now, by reserve for discount on creditors. Discount received from creditors. That is 1,200. We have been doing that again since almost the first problem. Point number 6, advertisement 1,000 is prepaid. Prepaid means paid extra even for the next year. Don't take that. That is not this year's. So if you don't have to take it here, then remove it from here. From advertisement, write down less prepaid. And that was 1,000. So advertisement expenditure for this year is only 2,000. This is only one effect. And prepaid expenditure. Can you tell me where do you write the second effect of prepaid expense?
Asset.
Asset.
Very good. That is an asset. So come to the balance sheet asset side. Write down prepaid advertisement. Amount is 1,000. And then the last adjustment there, outstanding rent, which is exactly opposite of what you did for prepaid. Outstanding means you have not yet paid for this year. Then record now. If it was not recorded earlier, record now means add to that expenditure plus outstanding. Paying less also is incorrect. Paying more also is incorrect. So adjust. Here you have paid less, so add. Outstanding, that was 1,500. If you add up in the outer column, amount is 3,500. And second effect of outstanding rent. Can you tell me where that is?
Liability.
Outstanding, any type of expenditure is a liability. Something that you have to pay in the future. Payable is a liability. Right down. Outstanding rent. Amount was 1,500. That's it. The entire trial balance is complete. Entire adjustments, both effects are done. And now it is time to close your accounts, which means close trading account, find out gross profit. That will be the first thing. So check what is the total of the credit side and the debit side. Add up and tell me.
79,000
Credit
credit
side
side.
79,000, correct. Add up the
And
debit.
debit 47,300.
47,300. We always write the total of the greater side on both places. So credit side total 79,000. Same on the debit, and debit was less. So you're going to have to put some amount on the debit side. That is to gross profit. The difference
31,700.
31,700. That is your gross profit. Gross profit, this is carried down to the profit and loss account. So we have already written on the credit side, opposite side. From debit it moves to credit by gross profit brought down 31,700. Same procedure for finding net profit or net loss. Add up and check what is the credit side total first and then the debit side total.
34,280 debit credit side.
Credit side 34,280. Okay.
And 13,350 debit side.
Debit side 13,350. Everybody do your own calculation, addition, and check are you getting the same answers.
Yes, sir.
So credit side greater total right there 34,280. Also on the debit, and the difference here will be called to net profit.
20,930.
20,930. If you deduct, that should be your net profit. Now, net profit, the businessman has earned, it is going to increase his wealth. Net profit will be added to capital. So this 20,930 transfer from here to the balance sheet, capital side, under capital plus net profit. $20,930. Now find out capital in the outer column. Remember, two figures have to be subtracted. We'll just put it in a bracket so that you know these two figures have to be subtracted, and tell me the capital in the outer column.
1,01,180.
1,08,180.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then finally, add up both sides, and if everything is done correct, your balance sheet now should automatically tally. Liabilities should be equal to assets.
Yes, sir. It's 1,53,480.
1,53,480. Did you add up both sides and check?
Yes, sir.
Good. And that completes the solution. Once balance sheet is tallied, your solution is complete.